To introduce the program, I'd like you all to give a warm round of applause for the co-founder of GWC and G Startup Worldwide, Barrett Parkman.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being with us here today at Cross-Border Venture Summit. It's our pleasure to host all of you here today. As all of you know, technology is becoming more and more distributed around the world. Not only are there amazing companies being built here in Silicon Valley, but also they're being built in Jakarta, Bangalore, Beijing, and many other cities in between. No longer is venture capital focused within 40 miles of Palo Alto. We should be looking around the world for the next great companies. And that's what Cross-Border Venture Summit is all about. Today we'll have on this stage many of the leading global VCs and as well as LPs who are very active in building global startup portfolios and at the same time enabling global innovation around the world. And so in addition to all those panels, fireside chats, and keynotes from VCs, LPs, GPs, and so on, we also, as Ryan mentioned, have 7 startups that have all fought very hard to get right here on the stage today to pitch all of you. And they've all won startup competitions around the world through G Startup Worldwide in order to have the right to pitch all of you. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that program before we get started today. G Startup Worldwide is a global startup competition that we hold around the world. As mentioned, we invest about $1 million into those startups. We support them with our own global network and do everything we can to position them to become world-changing companies. This is focused on early-stage companies that are generally raised less than $2 million. Generally, these are hosted at our global mobile internet conferences around the world, GMIC, which you may have been to our events in the past. We host these in about 7 different countries, draw well over 100,000 attendees across those. Our biggest one of which is in Beijing. It's in April. If anyone's interested in China, we'd love to host you there. And these are the locations that we are in. We run G Startup Worldwide in Bangalore, Seoul, Tel Aviv, Beijing, Silicon Valley, Sao Paulo, Jakarta, Hong Kong. And as I mentioned, the global finals of this whole startup competition will bring all those winners here, and they're going to pitch you here on this stage, in addition to all the amazing content that you'll see here today. And today we're also very, very excited to announce that we're going to be expanding our program to Saudi Arabia next year. We're going to be also hosting G Startup in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, as well as Dubai. And we're doing that alongside of our partners, Basmat, who are experts in the region. We really strive to help our startups that come through our program connect with some of the best VCs, both in their own region and also here in Silicon Valley, and help them to raise their next round. You can see many of the VCs here that many of you should recognize who've been a part of our program in the past year or so. And we don't do this alone. We do this with great corporations and partners and VCs around the world who help us to find amazing startups, evaluate them, as well as provide additional prizes. In many cases, VCs will invest alongside of us into the winners of the program. These are the companies that will be here today. We have StockViews that won our Bangalore competition, Dande from Tel Aviv, Papumbu won Sao Paulo, Gropal from Indonesia, Outernets from Seoul, and Zion China from Beijing, and OmniLabs from right here in Silicon Valley. They'll all be competing one last time for a $250,000 investment prize from our own GWC Innovator fund that backs the G Startup Worldwide program. They'll also receive many prizes, including $5,000 in ad credits from Facebook. And we built a very unique program that helps startups raise capital, both in their own region if they're from outside of Silicon Valley, and also from VCs here in Silicon Valley. And it's also about showing to many of you that they're really high-quality early-stage companies internationally, not just here in Silicon Valley. And we believe this program is working. Since we started this program in 2010, our startups have raised over $17 billion. The most notable of which, and which take up a large portion of that, is Didi Chuxing, who was one of our top winners in top startups in 2013. We've also had other startups be acquired by Google, Alibaba, Amazon, Apple, and as well as Pinterest. Thank you very much. It is, again, my pleasure to host all of you today. I hope that all of you will meet this amazing people and leave here feeling more equipped and enabled to do cross-border investing. Thank you very much.